you see this dark chamber full of all assortments of wires and connections, tubes and gears and all sorts of shapes and ties, all coinciding and working together in an odd unison that are neither independent nor reliant, but seem to work together for a universal purpose. And as this endless machine is toiling away in its constant effort to create, produce, guide, whatever its purpose is, its constant, ever-present utility is somewhat interrupted by an extraneous presence that slowly creeps in. These small tendrils at first, branching out, rooting themselves in the minor areas, the base, the corners, the edges, wrapping around until finally, presently, a single root reaches out and grasps one of these gears. And now we turn our attention back to our heroes. Okay, Bot is being stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have any plans on connecting this campaign with your new one? Tuesday Clockwork?
Not intentionally, no. Why?
I don't know. It just felt like big Mechanicus versus the Abyss sort of vibes, like
No.
order versus chaos.
It did kind of feel like that.
The theme and what's the other word that is better than theme?
Setting? Oh, narratives.
Setting is more like it.
Big vibe?
Vibe is also pretty close. It's like the mood or whatnot. The general idea of what this campaign is going to be is in reference to a few different ideas and topics, but set in this whole perspective narrative. So there isn't going to be any necessarily specific clash or, war that you guys will be feeling tied to, that you will need to be pushing towards, but this idea of complete freedom and then how you go about addressing your ties, whether they are there or not. Does that make sense? So this is less about like actual physical, world aspects and, adventure, but more of a moral aspect. That sort of battle, I suppose.
Less of you're rallying the troops, more of will you let it happen?
Yeah. Less about gathering tools, materials, and troops, and more about readying yourselves and preparing your minds. But anywho, we turn our attention back to the present, where we see our current heroes enjoying themselves, having a nice meal in a well-lit and warm interior. You have your meals. You're feeling home in a place that is very much alien to you. And that being said, there is no necessary sense of uncertainty. A lot of that is around you seems familiar and recognizable, but there is always that sort of creeping sensation that this is not where you're from, but it could very well be home. If only for now. But you are currently without assets, both liquid nor physical. Any connections or means. The only thing that you have about you is yourselves. Your connections and bonds that you've made, and as well as a small connection that you have with a woman you have just saved and the ship that she seems to have provided for the moment. What would you like to do?
I believe that we were in the middle of having Talia hook us up with somebody that was going to give us some work.
That is true. Michael had approached your table and was more or less interviewing you guys, just sort of friendly, peeking about, seeing who's who and getting to know y'all. There are two prospects that he would provide. One of them is, since you guys seem to not have much in the way of tools and materials, something that you might be interested in is going about and scavenging through some of the wreckage from the battle that just took place, seeing if you can get anything from the wreckage, either materials or armaments, perhaps magical items that have sunk into the seafloor below, seeing what you can, fish up, so to speak. Or if you want to go diving for it. There is one aspect that he did request, that if you were to go through this prospect, he is looking for something specific. It is what he would describe as a pearl, as it is sort of white and spherical. However, it is about 6 inches in diameter, but otherwise resembles a pearl.
Almost like
Big
a
pearl.
crystal ball.
If you want to describe it that way, you may, but it is very much a stone. He describes it as a stone. He does not say whether or not it is magical or whatnot. If you want to make an insight check or perhaps a persuasion check to get more information or see if he's withholding any information, you may.
I'll do.
I don't even think one's necessary
Oh.
here.
Talk to him, see if I can
Pretty sure we're
weasel
looking for
some
something
additional
magic.
information. See which ship it was on, what position they were in the battle,
All right, sure.
who
You
was
wanna-
carrying it. Uh, 15.
and this is just persuasion.
Yeah,
Okay.
trying to get more info. There's not a lot to go off of.
Hold on, the bot's being stupid. Okay. I think he is friendly and cordial enough to state that this is something that he has no interest in, but someone did require or inquire into him to see if anyone would be going out and could possibly procure it for him. This third party that he's referencing, and it's fairly obvious that, again, what Michael does is that he gives only the base amount of information necessary for actually completing tasks, never withhold information to detriment of people unless absolutely necessary for privacy and whatnot. But he assures you that nothing will happen to you if you do anything with the pearl as long as you don't try to mess with it or, you know, smash it against a wall or, you know, call a thunderbolt on it, you know. If you are obviously messing around with it, that's your fault. But simply handling it and bringing it back won't do anything to you. He himself states that he doesn't actually know what it is or what it does or if it's magical or whatnot, but just says that it's not a what's the term? Fragile. It's not a fragile item, but still don't go messing about with it. You know, how would you want your luggage to be dealt with, so to speak?
My concern was on which ship was it. It's on a ship called
that is the biggest issue, is that because all of these ships went down relatively near to each other. I mean, it wasn't a large scale battle necessarily, but it was also not close together. Again, they were fighting a sea monster, so a lot of stuff got thrashed about. But there is sort of a section. It's not quite a cove, but it is. You know, this opportunity will probably disappear within the next 3 to 4 days of, you know, being able to procure decent items before they're all swept out to sea. So time isn't necessarily of the essence, but you will have better chances currently.
I see no reason to wait.
So we should get started as soon as we can, then.
So are we diving for something? Or
Yes.
is it just like a... Okay.
All right.
That's the only part I wasn't getting.
Basically, the idea is that they believe that all of these boats were smashed to smithereens, so there won't be any sort of corpses to sort through, but, I mean, they obviously don't really know at the same time. It's hard to say. Ships sink, you know, you just gotta go figure it out. But I think with that conversation, he does not tell you what the name of the ship was that you are looking for, unfortunately. So you do not have any leads currently, other than the location of where all these ships sank.
Alright, well...
The
That's nice.
other job offer that he offers, other than going and scrounging for loot, if that's beneath all of you, is that there is also another newbie vessel. They call them, you know, landlubber crew. So that is sort of what you guys are. You're still getting your sea legs. And this other party has been around for about a week or so now, but needs to learn their place a little bit, as you are also in need to earn your place. So your fresh party, your fresh crew are being pitted against this other ship and its crew, if you are more interested in attacking that and them rather than going and scrounging. So those are your two main options, but again, whatever you would like to do is up to you.
That's good.
I
Here
vote the
first.
scrounging.
Be undoable since we have no weapons to begin with. So,
Again, you don't necessarily have
Oh.
to fight them. You know, most of what your
well,
crew is.
what kind of contest are you looking at then?
They're getting a bit too big for their britches, so they need to be taught a lesson. And if you guys are capable
okay.
of pulling off either an attack, a heist, you know, this could be a stealthy operation. It's whatever you want to prove your party good at. If you want to be good at attacking, maybe you're main focus is just a straight up confrontation, but so it is left open ended. Whatever sort of mark you would like to make is up to you. Does that make sense?
Kind of thinking of having
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a competition as like a distraction while you people heist the thing. The people.
Well,
I feel like this is a
Not
really quick way
necessarily
to get
anything.
equipment. I'm just saying, this feels like a really quick way to basically jack another party's equipment and hope for the best.
Or it's a good way to get us all killed.
No, I'm the perfect
Yeah,
distraction.
there's that.
I'm
you
thinking
want-
of like,
Would you like information on the other crew?
yes.
Okay.
Would be nice.
Um,
Be nice if our captain was here.
yeah. Indeed. I'll give you the general information. There is a large human man named Norman Humanman. No. I just have his first name, Norman. He is a brute, to say the least. Very brash, very mean. Kind of person that just walks over people and pushes people out of the way. Not even nice to his own crew. The other bit of information that's interesting is that they do have someone that is attuned with water. And it's because of this fact that they seem to have been able to get away with some of their shenanigans and mean aspects, is they have been able to control the waves and the waters around their ship in order to outdo and maneuver or cut in line of some of these other crews that are trying to do their business. Other than that, the rest of the crew seems pretty substandard. There's maybe 2 or 3 more people. So, a crew of 5 or 4 people.
What kind of boat do they have?
They have a schooner, which is basically a small, very fast ship. It does have 2 masts, a main sail and a secondary sail. It's a very fast, small-scale boat. It is almost twice as big as the Stug that Talia has.
Alright, so we steal the ship while I distract them. And get a ship and whatever's on that ship. Hope I don't die.
I think our captain is a bit distracted.
Yeah, but then we have nowhere to go with it.
Well, I mean, at
I
least
am
we
not-
have it.
I think we're just supposed to teach them a lesson. How about we go out?
What's
How about if we go out and cut the rudder off your ship in the middle of the night?
yeah,
I
but
am
what's
down with that.
better lesson than losing all your stuff? It's saying, don't be jerks. Get stuff. Brilliant at being heisty.
Yeah, but
How about
then they're gonna see us with their stuff, and we're gonna have to fight.
How about this? We go and get supplies from the wreckage. Then, depending on what we find, determines whether or not we fight. Sound good?
Ooh. I like that.
Yeah, I think we need to do the scavenge part first.
Look, I get you're addicted
We
to
gotta at least
punching
come up with
people.
some raw materials.
Joshua, I get that you're addicted to punching people, but now is not the time to indulge.
I wasn't going to punch them. I was going to distract them with the competition or
Wait.
something.
Was the competition going to be punching them?
Well, it was going to be who can hold their hand in fire longer.
Yes, I'm sure that would have worked. Surely
Every
that
Well,
would
child's
not.
favorite game to play.
surely they wouldn't see the fire coming off the sides of your head and think to themselves, oh hey, I'm sure this will go well.
Well, for your information, I am very deceitful when it comes to that.
It's like challenging Dwayne The Rock Johnson to an arm wrestling competition. There's no way this.
Honestly, yeah.
Contest.
But that's what makes this the perfect competition. I'd always win.
They'd never agree.
Unless I can deceive them into playing.
You know what? You got me there.
Ah,
If you can pull it off, good for you.
And I like
But-
the idea of stealing someone's rudder, mainly because they probably wouldn't notice for a long time. But it also seems more like a really devastating prank than it is like an actual. Like, that would be something great to do to a bunch of ships that you were planning to outrun. Because they wouldn't notice,
What
for
if-
sure. Because it's underwater.
What if we go with your challenge idea? However, before the challenge starts, we steal the rudder.
And you steal their sails, and you steal their mast, and you steal their entire ship. And then
Yeah,
they got
we-
no boat to
We
challenge.
We Skyrim logic this. We pickpocket them. We steal the boat out of their pockets.
No.
Exactly.
You do Fallout logic where you pickpocket them and then put a bunch of mines in their pocket and
Oh
grenades.
god.
does that actually work?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah.
What? They actually explode?
Yes. As
Yes.
soon as you put,
my God.
I don't think grenades work, but I know that mines work. If you put a mine in someone's pocket, as soon as you stop pickpocketing, they're like, "Oh my goodness!" and then they start running and then just explode.
My god, I need to try this. Okay, thank you for the Fallout 4 knowledge. It's wonderful.
Every
Well,
Fallout.
I don't know if it works in every Fallout, but I know it does in most.
Works in 376,
Oh, does it work in
4,
76?
New Vegas. I think so.
Okay. 76
And
just
again,
seems like
ye-
the black sheep, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Anywho, not to give you guys ideas, just making some commentary.
So it's agreed upon. We scrounge for loot and then give those pirates the boot. That
Sounds like a deal.
sounded way better in my head.
You're gonna go to the waters and gather some booty, and then you're gonna go to the pirates and kick some booty.
Oh my god, that's so much worse.
I was really trying.
Were you?
Yes.
Are you?
Okay.
Oh, we'll never know. We will one day.
Rock you.
And so we sail
Okay.
in our mind's eye.
I assume Talia lets you use her boat, because I'm sure she also wants to go back out. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Yes.
Mm-mm.
What?
Yeah.
Before we leave,
Oh.
I was gonna ask if anybody wanted to, in the bar, wanted to try and find anything. And then chose
Hold
a
on,
lost
let me
one.
just go back.
I mean, we can just say
No.
yes or no.
What was the question?
If anyone in the bar has mementos they would like us to try and find.
I don't think many people survived in any. I mean, Morgan announced that he recognized Talia coming in. I suppose if you wanted to go and talk to Morgan, or are you just making a general announcement?
I'll talk to Morgan, because a general announcement feels kind of salesman-y.
Okay. Yeah, so you go up to his table. He seems to have finished his meal and just sort of having some small drinks with his friends, and he turns and I think gives you a weird look like, who are you and why are you approaching me? As he takes a long drink from his mug.
Didn't he just come to us with a job?
No, that was Michael.
Oh.
Morgan is
Morgan.
the person that recognized Talia, that she fought against the King of the Undertow, along with him and a bunch of other people. And most people died, and he just recognized that Talia is alive, so he offered to pay for her and her crew, which I guess is you guys now, to have a meal. But he doesn't know you. He hasn't seen you before. He's like this big, muscly guy. Imagine like Thor, but with like black hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Morgan, was it? My name is Holgir. I was curious if you or any of your compatriots had lost loved ones during the battle with the king, and wanted us to check for mementos. We're going to try and scrounge the area.
He slams his mug down. Oh, you're gonna scrounge the area. Well, I've already gone and looked back from my ship, so it's not much to say, really. Why are you asking? Trying to do me a favor?
Figured trying not to make 2 trips.
Try not to make some enemies, seems like it.
Why would you be my enemy?
Well, it seems like what you're prospecting is going out and rooting around through what belongs to the sea. Or, rather, the previous belongings to people who are misfortunate. You're just gonna take for yourselves, and you're asking if there was anything I'd be upset about if you had it. And he's kind of saying this with like a slight smile, like, you're a little strange, little man.
Little man, little man. Sorry.
Your concern is warranted, but when needs must, I'm afraid.
Well, the name of my ship is the Marionette. It's not a very big or fancy one, but you see it down there. Take only what you need, I suppose. If you're going to all that effort to go down to the sea floor, who am I to stop you? And he just
I
picks up his
appreciate
mug.
that.
Make an insight check. Or persuasion check, whichever you'd prefer.
I would gladly make that persuasion.
Okay. You're trying to be friendly.
Another 15.
Okay. He gets that you're good-natured and being straightforward, which is uncommon around here, so he was taken a little bit aback, but seems to open up a little bit. If you do find the Marionette, there's a secret compartment in the captain's quarters underneath the floorboards. Whatever's still down there is still down there. Very much like it procured and brought back to me. If you see yourself going to all that effort, that is. And just sort of
Do I need to be gentle with it?
He opens his mouth to say something and just raises up his drink to fill his mouth, not wanting to say more with everyone else around. Because you're saying this in a public area.
I'm just asking if there's glass in a bottle or glass in a sack.
I don't think
But
that
okay.
tells you any more information.
Fair enough. Enjoy your drink, and I'll go up.
He nods. Okay. Is there anything else you would all like to do in town? Town quotations marks. It's again, what seems to have happened is something smashed into the ocean. There's, as you're looking around, actually, anyone who would like to make a perception check or investigation check.
Me.
Yep. Just sort of
Actually,
looking
I would like
at
to
the
make a
topography and the sort of
Hey.
situation of all these.
Got a nat 20 for
I got
Okay.
crap.
23 total.
Holgear, what you seem to understand is that these islands aren't natural. They're way too close together to be manufactured naturally. But sort of looking at a certain perspective from where the high-rise is at where the rest of these little islands are leading back to the mainland, it seems as though that there perhaps once was a mountain range that something came and shattered them and sent chunks flying out into the sea. And there has been a community that has connected these shattered islands together with little pathways
awesome.
and man-made connections. Yeah.
Like Hawaii, but it was chucked by a god.
Sort of like someone threw a meteor at the Rocky Mountains and it splayed out and made or not the Rockies. What's the, I don't remember the mountain range names. There's a mountain range along the west coast, and if like a meteor came and broke all that stuff and scattered it out into the sea and have like Hawaii off the west coast. Something like that. But small scale. Ish. Anywho. That is what you're currently... I mean, I haven't like finished this yet, but like there's a bunch of these little islands that are sort of connected together, but all of it sort of peters out until the final peak, which is where the high rise is. Because not only is it the highest peak, but it is also the one that is farthest out to sea. It's sort of making its way back into town. There's more of a connection and little houses and docks set up and whatnot. And then basically what would be back here is where there's actual beach and goes up onto mainland and eventually leading up to the mountains.
If possible,
Yes.
either on the ship or in town, could I find leather bags? Like leather sacks?
Not on the boat. Possibly in town. Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I was thinking about using them like a breathing system.
Huh.
Help stay under longer.
And how would that work?
You take a leather bag, You seal up the seams with pine tar. Get like some rope to cinch up the neck of the bag, and then you have like a little like either like a hose or like
Like
a
a
straw
little-
in it.
You wanna
Like
you-
a balloon.
A little bit.
No, not a balloon. He wants to set up a freaking
Breathing apparatus.
I would like to set up a diving bell eventually.
I can't
That's
think of
pretty
what the
black
name
and
is.
white.
What's the musical instrument that the Irish play?
Bagpipes.
Bagpipes. He wants to make some
Bagpipes.
bagpipes.
Be careful, those are the instruments of my people.
I mean,
know,
if I come up,
At
If I
first,
come
when
up
you
from the
said
water and
leather
it goes,
bags, I was
"Huh."
thinking of like fabric bags, and I was like, that's not gonna work. But leather,
yeah.
you could also just take like a glass bowl and turn it upside down and wear it over your head. Yeah, that air would get stale real quick.
We all die.
You
through
could
some-
absolutely find all the materials that you're looking for. No one's made something like this. But how would you be purchasing it?
Well, first and foremost, how much would it cost gold-wise to purchase this? I do have a signet ring that I took from that guard that's worth 5 GP.
What do you mean?
Well, if it's under 5 GP and I'm able to get 5 GP for this ring.
Are you talking about like the bracelet that he got, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, the bracelet, you called it like a signet bracelet.
Oh, I said it had an insignia on it.
Oh! Okay. I need to alter that.
Yeah, one, it's not a ring. Two, it's not a signet. Yeah. I actually, I believe I said that it had a, because all you grabbed was the beating stick and then like the bracelet thing with the gem on it, the blue gem.
Yes.
Also, did I say that it was worth 5 GP?
I have no idea. I just have. Oh! You know what?
Are you thinking of something else entirely?
No, I do have a signet ring. It's left over from my family because I'm a noble background.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I guess
I mean, I
it's-
also have the insignia bracelet, but
Okay. Yeah, if you want to sell your family crest for some pocket change, I guess it's worth 5 GP.
I will take that 5 GP. It's the most they've ever done for me.
Wow. They're real dead to you, aren't they?
Get fucked.
Okay, yes, you can absolutely pawn that off. That's not a problem. I'm going to say that the bracelet with the crystal is probably only 3 GP. Because it's not really made out of any fine metal, or it's not like a fine gem. So
I'm gonna hold on to this in case we go back to the fucking
Okay.
prison.
fair enough. I'll say that with that, do you have any more money other than the 5 GP that you just got?
I had money, but then it was taken by the guard, I believe.
Oh, that's right.
I would have had 35 GP already.
I'm gonna say that with 5 GP, you're gonna have enough for one bag and one. But you're gonna have enough materials to make one of these apparatuses, and you're gonna have just sort of one chance at this. Actually, I'll say that you'll have 2 chances on making one. How does that sound?
I'm good with that.
Okay. Who's gonna make it? Is this gonna be a group poll?
I think I'd want Jack on this because he has very steady hands.
Okay. And you guys are assisting him, so he'll have advantage.
And I would like Joshua to be there to help keep the resin at the appropriate temperature.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like with your group, you guys do have an adequate amount, so I'm just trying to figure out. All right, yeah. If Slippery Jack wants to roll a dexterity saving throw, because that'll be with your like proficiency, but not like I don't want to make this like a sleight of hand check. So just roll a dex saving throw, and you have advantage on this.
Oh, I only roll it once. Let me roll it again.
All right, that works.
That 11's not going to cut it. Oh, there goes the natural 20 rolled bye-bye. How about a 16?
Okay. Looks good. You think it works. There's only one way to test it, though. But just in case it doesn't work, you still got a little bit more resin or hose, you know, if anything goes south, you know, you need to patch anything or whatnot. You've got a little extra material.
Nice.
And I'm going to say that this... oh wait, hold on. Let me double check this information real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, so you can hold your breath for a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier. I'm gonna say that this apparatus gives you an additional 4 minutes.
Nice.
How does that sound?
That sounds perfectly
Sounds good.
reasonable.
Okay.
Because it is basically just an extra breath.
Right. And then once it gets used, I will roll to see if there are any complications. It will be a fairly low DC because you guys rolled really high in creating it, but there's always a chance. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
With some of the money, can I get just does anybody know how deep the water is around the wreckage?
I would assume our captain would know.
This is like pretty far out into sea a little bit. I'm like, you'll still be able to see the shore for sure, but how deep it is, that's real hard to guess.
Okay, I'll just... Is there a full coil of rope on the ship?
Yeah. I'll say
Okay.
that there's with the materials that you've got enough rope to make it to the bottom of the ocean. You got like an anchor or
Okay.
something. That's
Oh,
pretty.
okay.
This is fairly enough inland that's like tying all the extra rope together. Yeah, you can anchor the boat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll allow that. That's a fair question.
Okay. And since the boat already has an anchor, my questions are meaningless because I'll just ride the anchor down.
Okay. Are you gonna pull a
Nice.
Pinocchio?
What?
It's Pinocchio.
Do you not remember near the end of the Pinocchio where he wraps his donkey tail around a rock to sink to the bottom of the ocean?
I do.
No, how incredibly depressing.
All right.
That whole movie is depressing.
How is that Tuesday pub knowledge for you?
Okay.
You know that scene when a donkey, little
Okay,
boy
okay,
gets
okay,
a donkey
okay.
tail
So what
and
happens in
commits
Pinocchio
suicide?
is that Pinocchio is supposed to go to school, but instead he gets talked into doing like a bunch of different stuff. Like he gets taken into like a puppeteer's
Okay.
guide. He's like, "Oh, it's a living puppet! Ha ha ha! You will work for me, otherwise I'll turn you into firewood." And then they escape again, and then he goes to like, "Oh, all boys want to go here, but then like, if you stay on this island where you're like." Smoking cigars and playing pool, then you get turned into a donkey. And then the donkeys are sold as livestock, which is basically like child slavery, but like in a weird way that it's like magic because you're turning the kids into donkeys. Anyways, Pinocchio got half turned into a donkey where it had ears and a tail of a donkey. And then his father rode out into sea looking for Pinocchio rather than looking around in town for whatever reason. So Pinocchio went to save his father out in sea, who got eaten by a whale. So he tied his donkey tail around a rock and started walking along the seafloor because he's just made of wood.
Bro, I don't remember any of that.
It is like the
It was the
weird like
best.
end of the movie that's just like, what?
It's starting to come back to me.
All I know is that his nose
People
grows.
generally
What is all
only
this?
remember the beginning and the end.
Yeah.
It's the slightly cooler version of Pinocchio.
Anywho,
Wild.
so you're gonna give yourself
Anyway.
concrete shoes to get down there, or what you? What was your plan?
I'm
What-
just
You're just gonna ride the anchor?
I was just gonna hold on to the anchor rope, let it pull me down with it.
Okay. Joshua, your character has obviously learned at this point that you can propel yourself through the water. So I don't remember how swimming speed is calculated, but basically you have a speed of 30 in the water. And while holding your breath, you can also add your proficiency bonus to your Constitution modifier.
Need to look at my proficiency bonus. It
I
is
think we
plus
found our
2.
diver.
I can dive deep into the sea. And hopefully not die.
Okay, moving underwater is considered difficult terrain, which halves your speed, but not for Joshua. Okay,
Yeah.
are we going out to sea now?
Gosh dang firewater.
Let's go out to sea so we can kick those.
There.
Other guy's
Not
ass.
entirely sure what they did, but they're probably the bad guys. Talking about the other party.
Is there anybody hanging around the bar that looks like maybe they might be looking to join a crew? Hint, hint.
No, but
Okay.
shush. I do have an answer to your.
Trying to help with that, thanks.
No. As you are making your way around to where the battle is happening, you do see a figure that is walking along the sand, just along the shore, near where this wreckage is, probably sifting through what is washed ashore.
Is it the Lord?
And what does this figure look like? Cast.
Well, this hunter is a human, or at least he claims he is a human.
Oh,
He has
jeez.
he has no real idea if he is human or not. So don't bother asking him, but he does look human.
That's all I asked. What does he look like?
Okay. He's a pretty short dude. He's like 5'5". Not very tall. He is a short dude and he owns it. Don't bring it up.
That's your take.
He has like brown hair that kind of looks like it's graying almost a bit. Like there's some gray hair starting to appear, even though he looks like he's in his 30s. He has a bit of a big beard going, like he hasn't shaved in weeks, and has kind of been doing his best to keep it looking nice, but at the same time not really caring about.
Kind of like a sea hermit?
Almost a sea hermit, yeah. Especially 'cause he's been alone for quite a while-ish. But his most distinguishing feature that he has is his bright purple eye.
Just one?
It's both of them.
Oh.
You can
And
see
so-
beyond the
Thought he
fourth
was
wall.
like-
And he's pretty tan, like he's been out in the sun for a while, as a sea hermit probably would be. Would probably be out at the ocean for quite a while and have a bit of a tan going. And so he's looking at like the wreckage and kind of looking at the ship that's been pulled up, looking like it's been beaten all to hell, and be like, "What do y'all think happened to this ship? Do you think they fought that thing, or do you think they fought the other thing? Ooh, what if they fought each other and it was in the middle? That sounds like a fun possibility. What do y'all think?" And he's talking to himself and kind of looking like left and right as if he's having a conversation with other people around him.
I think he's a sociopath, and we shouldn't have him in our party for very long.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I don't.
Maybe he's an NPC. You don't know.
That's
I don't know if that's the right term, but
That's just hurtful. Y'all don't even know him.
Yeah, you guys are sailing around fairly close to the coast, just because making your way too far out to sea would be a bit more treacherous to move your kind of smaller vessel. So you see this figure sort of looking about while on the shore, and you guys are close to the shore, but you're not within speaking range yet. You can just sort of see each other.
But I
wave
but I
at
see
him.
them. Sorry, say again? I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
I totally thought Jack said, "I hail him." And I was just like, "Burp, burp."
I was imagining.
Close, I said I
holy-
wave at him.
Oh. Connor sees him and waves back saying, "Hello! Is this your ship?"
is he still pointing to the wreckage?
Yes, he is.
Nice.
Of course. Is it like free for scavenging, or is this like y'all's ship and I shouldn't take any of it? Because if it is, I didn't take anything yet. If it isn't, I'm taking everything.
Smooth.
So, is it y'all's ship or not y'all's ship? Because I want to make sure I'm taking the stuff that doesn't belong to somebody else.
Technically Talia's ship, so
Oh. He looks at Talia and be like, "Is this your ship still, or is this like free to steal from?"
Is he talking about the ship we are currently on, or the ship remnants that are currently washed up on shore?
Ship remnants.
Go ahead.
Woohoo! Hey, what are y'all guys up to?
he back to talking
Getting
to
ready to go
himself?
do some salvaging.
No, he's talking. Why would I talk to myself? I'm talking to y'all.
That was not a
We assumed you were a
My bad.
schizophrenic.
Well, that's just hurtful assumption right there. Schizophrenia is a very horrible condition that honestly requires a lot of serious study and consideration for the individual. That is a very hurtful assumption, my friend.
Sounds expensive. How about we just go?
And he just looks at his shoulder again, like, yeah, this guy seems kind of mean.
Did you make a Twitch streamer?
My
What's it,
God.
Twitch?
He's talking to chat. He just tried to cancel him for a questionable statement. He seems a little crazy.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the 3D GoPro drone that's like floating. behind you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I got it.
That's not canon.
No.
No, it's ultra canon.
He just turns his hand so he's like looking at his wrist and like adjusts his Vive headset.
So he's,
Man, you,
Can you swim good, mate? If you can swim good, you can come with us.
I'm a pretty decent swimmer, and I'm pretty good with the blade.
hopefully you won't need that last one.
All right,
Alright, guys,
Hey, can I
I'm
do
gonna
an insight
go
on these
eat
guys to see if they're
dinner.
going to get? Hey, can I do an insight on these guys to see if they're going to get themselves killed?
Yeah, sure.
I gotta go eat
I'm
dinner.
really
Be
glad
back
that
in a
you're rolling
few.
an insight check on these people before getting on their boat and going out to sea with them alone.
I rolled a 16.
Okay, they seem honest enough. This is what they're doing. They're also scavenging.
He's like, okay, I'll tag along, but I call dibs on any cool shit y'all find.
We have contracts out on 2
Wow.
items. You may not have those.
What are the 2 items so I know not to, take those?
Big pearl and a sack of stuff in a safe.
A sack of what?
I don't know. I was
What's a
paid
sack?
not to know.
Well, that's a pretty dumb business move. Not knowing what you're getting, you could be transporting something really evil, like another demon or a fiend, or oh my god, what if it's a sleeping god? And he looks at his shoulders.
Probably not.
Again. Looks at his shoulders.
but-
These guys might be crazy.
In the event it is
Maybe.
a captured god in a sack, I will put it back.
Okay, he seems less crazy now. He's saying to he's visibly looking at his shoulders, talking to him, be like, okay, now he seems less crazy.
Also, something of note. Is your character's name Ryder?
No, his name's Connor Lone Roar.
Okay, you should change your nickname.
Yeah,
Connor,
sorry,
as you step out onto the boat, you notice that these other figures that seem to usually be with you all the time, they stay on the shore, and you go out into this boat. And that's because as you look at all of these figures, you also don't see any other reflections of them. This seems
What?
to be the one aspect that this currently exists, is this one boat, these individual people right here, right now.
He looks back at his ghostly selves and then back at them and seeing only one of them, and he's like, oh my god, there's only one of each of y'all. Holy crap! This is kind of interesting to see now. Now I'm really invested in how this goes. Ooh, maybe they get themselves. Ooh, what if y'all get
Talia
themselves
hits the ejection seat button.
Well, that's just hurtful. Whatever. This is y'all got my attention now. He turns and waves at the empty space that only he really sees and says, see you guys, I'll tell you all about the crazy shit that I get into without y'all.
Hopefully not much.
We're gonna get into crazy shit. I can kind of feel it. I guess.
Probably, but I'm trying to be hopeful.
I have a 6th sense for this, man. So Connor goes and takes a seat somewhere, trying to be out of the way, and looking at all the first time in a long time single people, and looking at his single self for it's been a good long while. He's like really happy about it.
Jeez. Is your intention to make this character creepy and weird and awkward?
I have always wanted to do that for a character, okay?
Okay, you're succeeding.
You've got
Okay.
to live in the moment, man.
I always do. Because every other possibility just seems overwhelmingly annoying. Right, let's roll.
Let's roll.
He puts on like
Okay.
dark tinted shades trying to look cool.
So I found this little ship, and this is sort of more like what is actually the ship. Still not quite, but as close as we're able to get at the moment.
You know, for a moment I thought that weird green thing was like some monster's head.
No,
It's a parrot.
it's just a fish. Let's see. Also, where's the sound of the sea? Get some ocean in there. Okay. Alrighty. What are you guys doing?
Well,
Guess we're heading out to sea.
Oh, I forgot something really important. Hold on. I really wanted to do this. Yeah, there's just like, I don't know, a bunch of like debris sort of floating on the water. I don't know. Just to get like a better visual. So you guys are, you know that you're pretty much in the sort of area where there's a bunch of ships that sunken, and looking down below you can see that there's a lot of different stuff. Anyone who would like to make a perception check to see what they can see?
ooh, I'll do a perception check.
Yeah, some sailors went to sea to see what they could see, but all that they could see was the bottom of the deep blue sea.
23.
23?
Yes. I got 18 plus 5, 23.
Goodness gracious. On perception? How do you have a
Yep.
+5 modifier already? Do you already have like expertise or something?
No, I just got plus 5. I was trying to model my character after the idea I had of him, so I was trying to,
Oh, that's right.
Well, I-
Okay.
yeah. So I put one of my higher rolls on wisdom, and then added chose perception. And
What would everyone else get?
18.
Okay. So sort of what you can see. Oh, dang! You really can't see through the water when I get too high up. You can tell that there are like a few ships down below, and then there also does seem to be like a larger ship. Where is it?
We lost the
Over
sea
here.
in our own world.
Yeah, there does seem to be a larger vessel, like absolutely massive, that should have seemed to have been like ran by maybe hundreds of people. Like an absolutely massive vessel that doesn't seem to be blending in or match any of these sort of smaller vessels. you know, this ship seems to have like 5 decks or something. Like, it looks absolutely massive. Anyway.
Wow. So, question: how much of this does Connor see, like with 23?
I mean, just sort of going through, you can sort of get a generalization of basically there's quite a few vessels that have sunk into the ocean floor, and there's just like one of these larger, there's just also this massive ship. So that's what you can see generally.
Connor just turns his newfound singular associates and says to him, "Hello, single people." He points out to the locations of like the ships that he found and said, "And there's a real big ship like over there." Like, holy crap, that thing does not seem like it would belong to either of those two. I'm telling you that much.
I suppose that makes sense. This area was supposed to be a bit of a ragtag fighting force.
Talia points that one out as the Gorgon, and that was one of the. They actually got one of the leaders, like one of the like large crews, some of the large people from the Shattered Isles, to gather their biggest ship to come out here and fight this thing, and it also sunk. And that was the first ship to go, and that was like everyone's hope. And so like when it sank, like everyone felt like they were gonna die, but no one gave up.
Connor just like takes off his hat and does like a little prayer deal. Be like, "May you rest in peace, people who I probably had no idea who were." Alright, so let's start pillaging these bodies.
Let the dead lay where they may.
Wow, you're a
Try
you're a very considerate fire being. You're a very nice person.
Just because we're looting bodies doesn't mean we have to be an assholes about them.
I didn't say we had to be assholes. I never said such thing. I was just saying, like, where do we start? I think we should start with the big ship, because I feel like that one looks really fresh and new-ish. Plus, there might be some good stuff on there. Let's go loot some booty.
Well, if ever there was going to be a giant pearl somewhere, it would be that one.
I wonder what would make a giant pearl? Maybe a giant clam.
Well, check this out though. We know one ship in particular that we want to find, and we know where the treasure is on that particular ship. So if Talia has any idea which one of these ships is that one, we can complete that, and then come back and spend more time looking on the bigger ship. But if we can get just one job knocked out first, then we'll have time to kill to do the other one.
I can appreciate that logic.
If she can find that boat.
I can see that. Well, Captain, it's your call. Which ship do we go to?
Again, the situation that Morgan said is that you have free reign of anything from his ship, except if you do manage to find his ship, he would like one thing from it. So
Yes, he would.
at
like
the very
his.
least, you do know that his ship is up for grabs if you do find it.
Any one of these
So that's
ships,
what we want to do.
Morgan's.
Yeah.
I would assume Talia would know.
Not from this position, no. It's impossible to tell individual ships at this depth. You'll have to get in the water and go down to start figuring it out.
Problem with that logic is that none of us know what that ship looks like.
I'll give him as best descriptors as Morgan might have given.
It's a dark wood ship with red trim.
I mean, Connor do like a history or perception check to figure out which is the ship they were looking for.
Okay, everyone.
Okay, welcome back.
Hello.
Sorry for running
How about
off.
we could just send Talia. We could just send Talia down just to get a look around, not actually to go salvaging, but just to get a look around at the ships that are available and see if she can pick that one out.
That's a fair
Wouldn't be.
Does that sound like a plan?
I wouldn't mind that.
The best situation that you guys are going to be able to do is sort of position your boat over a vessel close enough that you can send someone down with the anchor and then figure out what ship it is. So you're kind of going to have to start picking them at random.
Go to the one on the left, I suppose.
Okay, you just pick one.
Yay.
Okay, who's going down?
Apparently, yep.
Who wants to go, guys?
Who all wants to go down?
Joshua is going to go.
Just him?
Don't we have like?
Oh, Holger will go.
Okay.
We only have one breathing apparatus. Though.
But
it's only good for, like, 4
Joshua
minutes.
can hold his breath just as long.
Fire
Holger.
doesn't need to
Okay.
breathe.
And Joshua also doesn't need the assistance
Actually,
of the rope and pulley.
That too.
So with the breathing apparatus, I'll have a downtime of 7 minutes.
And Joshua, what's 1 plus your constitution modifier plus your proficiency?
1, that's 4.
Okay. Man, your con's pretty low. Anyone got any good constitution?
I got a
That's
plus
me.
2 constitution.
Okay, so that's 3.
Twice as good as mine. I only got +1. That's not much time.
I'm gonna say that going up and going down will take 1 minute. So it's 2 minutes round trip. So basically, Joshua has 2 minutes to look around, and Holger has 3.
You said the breathing apparatus gives an extra 4 minutes, correct?
Right. I'm bad at math.
With that, I will have 8 total, so 6 minutes at the bottom.
Okay. I'm just gonna drop your tokens off and let's go down below.
Oh. This is actually really fancy. I'm surprised.
Thank you.
Very.
Was this your 2 a.m. work?
Yes.
It is
That's
very
right.
good 2 a.m. work.
Oh, is your token on top of this grass? No, it's not. Where the?
I'm still on.
Oh, you just like blended in with the rock. Okay.
Token.
Yeah. So I have outlines for certain boats just because I didn't want to make a boat for every location. We could just keep using this one, and then we'll just like do a random roll. I'm now going to roll to see which vessel this is.
I'm gonna be fancy.
Okay. This is the Storm Red Steed.
Wood red trim?
No.
Oh,
Again, Morgan's vessel is the Marionette.
yes. Apologies.
Right. Excuse me.
But I will give you that immediately. And so yeah. Joshua, you have 2 minutes And Holgear, you have 4 minutes. Whatever you would like to do, perception or investigation checks. How do you want to
Investigation.
approach this?
Like to find loot.
Yeah. Are you just sort of scrounging around the general area? Are you going inside? What are you doing?
I'm going to go inside and scrounge around in there for valuable trinkets of the upper class. I assume this is
Okay.
an upper class ship.
Go ahead and roll investigation check. It looks like a decent ship. It does not look upper class. Again, most of these vessels look fairly,
Warren.
what's the word? Practical. These were not necessarily all fighting vessels, but, most ships are capable of maintaining nautical combat. So
Got
are
an
you, Joshua, are you going down into the hold? Are you just going into... I'll say that there's generally 3 areas on a ship other than the deck. There is the hold, there is the gun deck, and then there is the captain's quarters.
Like to go to the captain's quarters.
Okay, and what was your investigation check?
18.
Okay. You do see that there are lots of water-damaged books and maps that don't seem to be very useful, but you can find that there are several swords placed on the wall. What exactly are you looking for or hoping to find?
If there's a bag of gold anywhere or something rather interesting like a trinket or a magical trinket or something.
You do find a small collection worth 7 GP. And then you have to resurface. Holgear, what's your approach?
I believe I was gonna go to the gun deck and look for weapons and armor.
Okay. What did you get?
Oh,
Perception or investigation?
uh, 14
14.
perception.
Okay. Yeah, you do definitely find some sealed bags of gunpowder.
Those are helpful.
I'll say that you find 9 sealed bags of gunpowder. You also find 4 fuses. And 140 feet of fuse rope.
Nine bags of sealed gunpowder. How many fuses?
9. I guess the actual rope that burns is considered that what would be a fuse. I think what I'm more describing is sparkers. I guess.
Primers.
Yes. And then there is also 5 cannons that look intact. And that is what you find on the gun
those
deck.
with me.
Okay. But you can take everything else that I mentioned, if you would like to.
Okay. And what was the distance on that fuse rope?
140. Feet.
Alright.
And you're able to pocket all of that into a satchel of some kind and then get carried back up. Do you want to continue your search on this vessel or go to another one?
If Holger comes back up and Joshua tells him about the swords, he'll go back for them.
Okay. Joshua, you go back down too?
Yes, I am.
I imagine that you guys take the trip down together, just because it's easier with the anchor and it's faster. But I don't know if Joshua wants to take multiple trips at varying intervals. That's sort of up to him.
I want
Yeah.
those swords.
Okay. Most of them are ornamental, but you do find some decent ones that haven't necessarily been damaged. It seem to be about 5 decent swords. I'll say 5. I'll say 4. No. Let's make this 3 scimitars and 2 short swords.
All right.
And you guys can keep track of this individually, or actually, do you want to? Is someone writing this in the? Oh. Let me make a notes channel for you guys. There you go. So you can keep track of all of your.
How many short swords?
2 short swords and 3 scimitars.
I was just writing them down on my character sheet.
Right. I just want to make sure that if everyone writes it down on their character sheet, we don't want to have it confused that everyone has 3 short swords. You know. That
And how
makes
many
sense.
containers of gunpowder?
9.
9 containers of gunpowder.
9.
Give you a short sword for 3. Is a gunpowder.
And they're like the small casks, so they could be easily fitted to be depth charges or bombs if you just wanted to straight up use them like that.
Alright, and any other items?
The 140 feet of fuse rope, and then the 9 sparkers charges.
Feel like the Sandman.
Oh, I'm actually watching that show right now.
Yeah, and then you can like edit that as we continue. Yeah, you guys can go get that pretty easily. I'll say that if Joshua wants to do that, Holgear can then spend the rest of his time investigating something else. Joshua can just do that in a few small trips. It's not difficult.
It was gun deck, captain's quarters, galley. What was the third option?
Yeah, there's usually like an additional like storage room or something. Sometimes it's a hold, sometimes it's a galley. But yeah.
I'll check out the storage area.
I guess I'll check out the gun place.
Ooh, can I check out the galley?
You want to come down too?
I thought I was down there.
Yeah, you absolutely can. How long can you hold your breath for, Connor?
I have a +2 to Constitution.
Okay, so you can go down for 1 minute. The journey
got it.
down is
Gotcha.
1 minute. You can search for 1 minute, and then you have to spend a 1 minute to go back up. So
Oh,
you're gonna
in
be
that case,
pretty
I'll stay
limited. You're gonna be like looking, grabbing something, and just going.
In that case, I'll just stay on the ship.
Okay. Sorry.
Trying to more or less trying to enjoy the silence for a while.
Okay. I mean, if you want to be like looking around or maybe scrounging on the surface, you can be doing that as well.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. What do I roll for that? Perception or?
Yeah.
Come on, big money, big money, big money. I rolled a 10.
Okay. At this current moment in time, all you see is driftwood.
Oh, only driftwood.
What did you get, Holgear, for checking the galley?
I just accidentally rolled a history check and got a 17, so I'm really salty about that.
Well, as you are looking about, you can recognize the construction of this vessel that seems relatively similar to something that you've read about in your history book.
Oh?
You get
Oh,
the idea that actually make an investigation check.
10.
You get a general idea. You haven't done too much research and you don't really have any experience with this, but you get the idea that it wouldn't take that much to try and repair this vessel. The biggest problem would be getting it off the ocean floor. But the damage to it doesn't seem to be that irreparable. The hull seems to be fairly intact. You just need to spend some time and some effort piecing it back together. And then figuring out how to resurface it. There you go.
Yeah.
There's some information for you.
So we could get ourselves a new ship.
What was the name of this ship?
This ship is the... Oh, jeez. I think it was like the Stalwart Steed or something. This is kind of like similar to fantasy French sort of construction.
Oui, oui.
Okay. The bread's probably soggy, but let's see about anything else.
Oh no, the bread's harder than rock.
And
Gotcha.
Went over the head with it.
Yeah, it's like a Nokia.
Okay, maybe not that far. We want to knock him out, not murder.
Question. Can I make the bread into armor that can stop a bullet? Or
Yes, you
fancy?
absolutely can.
Okay. Okay.
You'll have to get shape stone to do it though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, shape stone.
Oh, you got shape stone?
Shape bread.
Woohoo! That's right.
What, you never made cobblestone armor in Minecraft?
Yeah, okay.
Alright. Wait.
As for
No. Might get shot.
Also, is this a little hard to see? Because I
I
do
can
have like
see
a
it well.
custom.
I can see
Ooh,
it.
that's.
Is that a little bit better?
Actually, I have a quick question. So,
Glowy.
I'm still on like the beach thing from like Nine Tail Spire, so.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah, I was trying not to interrupt you, but.
I'll also need to give you control over your token. Let's see.
Wait.
There you go.
Hey, it's like the Flying Dutchman.
Maybe. Wait. The gun bay was in there, correct?
What did you want to
What?
do at the gun bay?
Investigate.
Alright, roll an investigation check. You only got 2 minutes, so.
Alright. Got a. Why is it? The thing crashed. Hold on.
What are you hoping to find?
Gunpowder.
Okay,
I already got that.
An
yeah, Josh,
actual gun.
he already got all the gunpowder.
At a 12, I'm hoping to find an actual gun.
Yes, there are 5 decent cannons.
But no guns.
Oh, you're looking for firearms.
It's firearms.
Okay. I will say that there are no firearms on this vessel in particular.
No, my dream.
There
by
are
the way-
still plenty of ships in the sea.
Oh, that actually is a question. I posted on the notes. Can y'all see it or?
We can see it.
Okay, just making sure.
Yep.
Holy crap.
Now I just realized that my my little token actually kind of looks like the eye.
Kinda.
You described him as short.
Yeah, that is true.
Short king.
I like the
Oh, I
weird
think
color that
slippery
he
Jack.
looks in the water, the elemental. Anyways,
A fire elemental in the water is kind of funny to me.
you want to do anything with this vessel, or do you want to move on?
Oh, move on.
Olgier?
Anything?
Oh,
Was there
did you
anything
check
else
out that
in the
galley?
storage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You roll a history check, but did you want to roll for anything else?
Yes, I would like to try and find either like materials storage or something.
Material
Hey.
as in what? Like food? Like repair material? What are you talking about?
Let's say repair material.
You do find a lot of floating wood, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it was what was going to be used to repair it. Probably seemed like it came from the hole. You get the idea that all of the resources were spent trying to keep this thing afloat.
Gotcha. Anything else of interest?
Not particularly, unless you want to scavenge through some of these destroyed barrels, looking at what sort of food they had chosen.
I won't look
Not gonna be
through
any
the
good
barrels.
No.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe check
It's
if
all Cliff
any of them were.
bars.
It's all
And
wet. Wet Cliff bars is just no.
Just no, man. Oh, can I do an inside check or something to see if I find any other stuff out in the sea?
An insight check?
Yes.
I'll allow
An
it.
investigation.
No,
Roll
no.
like an insight on the currents.
Yeah, no, he wants to look at the ocean and be like, all right, what are you hiding from me?
Yes. Remember, he is a lunatic who has been alone with himself with ghosts.
And it is for that reason alone that I will allow it.
Yes. Oh, come on, y'all guys got him in. He creeps y'all out, but he's funny. And I scored 11.
Okay, you swear off in the distance you see like a wave that looks like a middle finger.
I knew it! You're floating down the ocean. And he just, like, double flips up. Be like, fuck you too!
I'll say this. Just because this is kind of a bit of information that sort of makes sense for what you rolled. The sea seems pretty normal. Not necessarily docile nor aggressive. There is some sea life sort of out and about, but it also seems fairly sparse. And you're not sure if that's just because this is recent sight of a battle, like there was probably like a big monster here that scared a lot of stuff off, or, you know, just seems like there's not as much activity in the water
Seems
as you
empty.
would expect from the ocean.
It
That's
seems
what I'll
empty.
give you.
Can I look at the people who are still on the ship with me and be like, hey, does the ocean look empty to you by chance, or is that just me? Because I think it seems empty, especially after that middle finger wave. Wait, am I alone on the ship?
No, you're on the ship with Jack. And I
Does he
guess
know
when
Jack's
Joshua
there?
and Holger come up.
But I only see like my name, so I don't see any of the other characters' names.
I mean, Jack is here.
Hey, Jack.
Jack.
Does
Yes.
the ocean seem? Does the ocean seem different, like empty to you?
Well, I really don't have much experience with being out in the ocean.
Yeah, but even you
So-
guys, it feels empty, right?
I guess there ain't left. Well, I don't see much of anything other than us and a bunch of busted up ships, so I guess you could say other than those, it seems kind of empty.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot of sea life over here, you know. I don't know if like big old sea monster came by and spooked him off for the battle, or I don't know. Something
Yeah.
just like, my inner being is telling me.
Well,
that's
sea
what
monsters gotta eat.
It's about to get real, man.
Sea
I'm
monsters
telling
gotta eat, man.
you. I know.
Joshua is
Still.
not.
I imagine it already ate everything there was to eat.
Well, if it's eaten already everything that's already been able to be eaten, then it'd be starving to death because it already eaten everything.
Well, it's dead now, so it doesn't really matter.
Ooh, what if it had babies?
By the way, can we see its body anywhere? Don't be calling up babies,
you
man.
do not. Also, I think it would be discussed at this point. Connor and with his sort of concern, probably asked Joshua and Holgear. There are no bodies in these ships. There are no corpses, no submerged forms floating about. And the sea life
Maybe
that
somebody
seems to
already
be
salvaged.
the sea life that seems to be around doesn't seem, meat eaters. What's the word? Carnivorous.
Donna.
And with that, I would like to run to the bathroom. Bathroom break, anyone?
I'm good.
I don't want to get more garlic bread.
Sure.
Hey, sorry.
If you were at Olive Garden, you could have never-ending breadsticks.
Hey guys, sorry about it, but like Connor kind of came on really like intense there.
And
No big deal.
I get it. Being alone with your
We
thoughts
just
and nothing
role-playing,
but ghosts
don't
on
worry.
your shoulders.
So yeah, I've been trying to figure out how we want to divide up the stuff. There's 5 of us total.
I definitely need a short sword.
Well, I'm good. I think I can handle a sack mark. I think I can
Alrighty.
handle a sack mark. I don't know.
Is Joshua or Holger here?
yeah, I'm here.
We're gonna move on to another vessel, right?
Yeah, let's go loot some dead guys.
Eat some dead guys?
What?
Loot some dead guys.
I hear E.
Some dead
Oh,
guys.
Loot. Loot.
I need a short sword because I'm not good with other kind of weapons.
The name of this next ship is called Bartholomew's
I need one because I'm
Underbelly.
short.
Bartholomew Thunderbelly? What the hell?
Bartholomew's Underbelly. It is a smaller vessel, not that much bigger than the Stug. It has no storage. It has no hold. It has no gun deck. It does have a small captain's quarters and a pretty large deck with some main stuff on it. It is considerably smaller than this ship here, so not much to see.
I'm sorry, I'm still on Bartholomew Thunderbird.
Bartholomew's
So why-
Underbelly.
I mean, it's a pretty kick-ass name, better than Taserface.
Okay.
Okay.
Taserface.
actually not a half bad name.
I think I'd like to arm myself with one of those short swords if I can.
All right. I don't see why not.
You never know when shit's gonna go down. I want a sword.
Just like Connor said.
All right, I'm gonna grab a short sword, guys.
Okay.
And I make 4 arms grow out of my body. I'm just imagining me having 5 arms and using all of these swords I have.
And just being like a fire tornado of swords.
No. Say the line. Say the line, Joshua. Say the line.
Nice.
What?
And I, as a fire genasi, grow more arms out of my body so I can use all of the swords I have in my inventory.
You can do that?
No. Asking the DM.
Say the line.
What line?
The line.
Look in the discussion.
He make a Star Wars joke.
I know exactly which. No.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
This
it.
image makes me laugh every single time.
General Kenobi.
No, you gotta do the voice. You gotta do the voice.
expecting you.
Sounds like Yoda.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, that sounds more like Yoda.
Hold on.
All
I
right,
gotta
you
sit up.
do a voice then.
Let me try. Kenobi. We've been expecting.
General Kenobi. You have to do kind of like a.
Is everybody
Oh yes.
I have been trained in the Jedi arts by Count Dooku. Anyways,
General Kenobi? Yeah, I
roll
don't think
perception investigation checks. And what are you looking for?
Swords.
This seems like a general support ship, but could have had some crew on it that were attacking and whatnot.
Looking for a projectile weapon. 14.
Okay. There does appear to be a sort of crossbow-like harpoon gun that is
What?
that is fixable.
Like a cannon?
No,
Or like a really
like
big
a
ballista?
handheld crossbow. I did not say
Oh,
ballista. I said crossbow-like
yeah.
harpoon gun.
I know.
Connor went into the water. Sorry, I was moving the mini and he went.
There are 2 harpoons for it.
Yeah, I'll grab the harpoons.
Okay. I don't know if Connor is the, Alright, what are you doing in the water over there?
I was trying to move him to like the crow's nest to see how he could get advantage on a perception check, and it went bad.
He's trying to insight the sharks. See if they ate everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so
I love
can
the
I
little,
try?
like, water. It, like, does the bubbles when you go underwater. I like that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Can I do another? Can I do like a investigation check to see if I figure this out?
What are you investigating?
Like why the ocean feels so empty.
You would have to go down into the water to do any sort of poking around.
So I don't see any. Okay. So here's a question. All right.
Yes.
Can I stick my head into the water, look around real quick, and then pull my head out? Like I'm still on the ship, but just like sticking my head into the water.
Okay. But that wouldn't be getting you much anywhere.
Okay. Can I do an insight check then?
Another insight check? Okay. Sure.
The paranoia in me is.
What's
screaming
Joshua
inside.
doing?
he is looking.
19.
Just generally looking in the captain's quarters for anything. Absolutely anything interesting.
I rolled a 19.
The sea seems calm. Too calm. Like calm before the storm type calm.
Do I see a storm?
No. The weather seems clear.
Okay, so storms are out.
What did Joshua
By
get
the
for his
way-
captain's quarters check? What's your by the way?
Has anybody actually seen the body of the king?
No.
No. We're going to have to assassinate the Lich King.
Not anybody that's lived to tell the tale.
Cool. That's ominous.
Bet the king is a lich. New.
No, it's a kraken.
You don't know.
Ah, that's a kraken.
What if it's a
Oh, sorry.
kraken lich?
That's
Kraken lich.
terrifying.
A lich. That is a kraken.
Right, that's horrible. I rolled a 20
The
for
best
my,
description that they have was that it was big and white. No, I'm just kidding.
my god, it's Moby Dog.
It's the
No.
Mobius Dickus.
No.
It's the Mobius Dickus.
Moby Dog.
It did seem like a large fish, though. Not like a shark, but like a large fish.
Alright, but seriously though, I rolled
Like maybe a
20
barracuda. What'd you get?
20 for the captain's quarters.
Natural?
Yes. I have a +0 to investigation, so
You do find that there is a secret compartment with some hidden treasure. And that hidden
Oh, fuck,
treasure
is this dark
No.
with red trim?
No. Also, that's the marionette. This is Bartholomew's underbelly.
the treasure.
Every single ship Olger goes to is like, is this the one? No. Okay.
Come on,
Am
man.
I sure?
Waiting.
There is a few water damaged items, some kind of like fine cloth that doesn't seem like it's going to be repairable or anything, but you do find a magical dagger that once you grab hold of it glows and actually seems to cause the water to thrum and bubble as if it is generating heat.
Fire dagger.
Keeping that dagger. This homebrew or
Yes.
actually find it somewhere. It's homebrew.
Yes.
Alright. I hereby name this blade Fire Thing.
Cool.
But not now, because you're underwater and you'll drown if you start talking.
Actually, do you go to speak?
Yes.
Okay.
Unknowingly speak.
You can, while you are attuned to this blade, you can speak underwater and actually have additional breathing time.
God.
Sick.
So cool.
It's actually the same feature that you already have. So
Oh. Does that mean it just lasts longer?
no, it gives you it increases your holding breath thing equal to your proficiency because it is what he is. Fire adept.
Okay.
So it like generates additional air bubbles, so it like gives you a little bit more breathing time.
Pretty sick.
Oh, buy
No
find something
attack
cool.
stuff for a dagger.
I hope I find something cool.
Okay. Do anything else on the ship?
I'm just gonna head back to our ship above water for a second.
Okay.
Oh, does Connor see them coming back up?
You see them land on the ship.
I'd like to backflip onto the ship.
Make an acrobatics check.
Hold on, let me get my.
Crit fail. Crit fail. Crit
By
fail.
the,
Crit fail.
by the way, how many harpoons did I get?
What
for
are
those
you
guns?
doing?
I was trying to come down.
You do know that you can hold control to adjust the height of
I'm
your...
still new to Tailspire. I'm still learning its control.
Got a 19
God damn it! I was hoping for a crit fail.
plus 6 to acrobatics. Don't know why though.
Okay.
And for the record, I had no
You
idea.
don't
that
break
tool-
your neck, and you do look pretty cool. All right.
Superhero landing.
You know it's
Yeah.
really bad for the knees, right?
DM, how many harpoon bolts did I find?
2.
Oh, just
Like 2 harpoon bolts.
Yeah, you found 1 harpoon
you guys
gun
agree-
and 2 bolts. 2 harpoons.
okay.
So are we ready to move on to the next ship?
Seems that way. But I thought there was going to be a small discussion happening before you moved on to the next few.
Yeah, I thought
Oh,
so
okay.
too.
What do we need to discuss?
Connor's like, there's something weird with water. It's too calm. I think something might be scaring off the fish.
Hmm.
Big.
Fight it with my dagger.
What would a
Same
dagger
kind.
do? Big fish.
Not know what a dagger does.
Can I look at do an insight check to see what that dagger is?
Why do you keep wanting to roll insight checks?
I don't know. I find it funny. And oh, never mind. I'm
You
sorry.
can roll whatever kind of check you want, but
do
like
an invest-
you're not going to
okay, I'll
get
do an
certain
investigate
information
check.
that I think you're going to.
I'll do an investigate check. All right.
Okay. Or
I'm
like
sorry,
an
I'm
Arcana check, maybe?
Yeah, I'll do an.
I want to do an Arcana check.
Okay.
Nah, I only got a +1 on Arcana and +2 on Investigation, so you know what? Fuck it. I'll do Arcana.
Both do Arcana.
16.
It's magic.
Oh my god, that's a magic dagger.
It's evocation because it's fire.
An evocation
Got it.
magic dagger.
Got an 8 for my Arcana check.
You bet that it could cut through butter real good. Like it's
like
a
just
hot knife through
Oh
butter.
my god. I can torture people with this.
Hey guys, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Are we the baddies?
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's
Alright.
that's
Not
sort of up
yet.
to
I'm not
interpretation.
I'm
I mean,
pretty
hey,
sure I put Joshua's lawful good.
I mean, hey, what is
No, you're
morality
just
aside
stealing
the
from the
human
graveyard of desiccated ships.
construct? I mean, what
You
is
know.
morality but a human construct, right, guys?
Oh, I didn't put whatchamacallit for Joshua apparently. Supposed to be lawful good.
Supposed to be. More like
I
lawful
put it-
stupid, but that's fine.
Lawful neutral.
Oh, I put mine's as let's see.
Alright, next vessel.
Yes, to the next vessel.
Okay.
Adam West style.
Joshua, do you give your dagger to anyone else so they can be able to breathe like you, or do you hold on to it?
This is my fire dagger.
Okay.
My fire thing. That sounds like I'm talking
I
about
get
my
all
dick.
the fire things, but you can already do fire. All the fire things. It
Yeah,
is
it
my
sounds like one of
birthright.
those. You want fire?
Name.
Yes.
It,
I want fire.
I'm changing the name. Feels like I'm talking about Joshua's dick.
No, keep it fire thing.
No.
Or I would suggest magma tip.
Anywho. Actually, let me roll to see what vessel this is. As you make your way down to the ship, you recognize a dark wood hull with red trim. And as you make your way, what?
Nothing, I'm
I
just
also
happy.
want to go down there too. I want to see the marionette for myself.
It says the Martinet.
Martinet? The guy can't even spell it right.
Makes me wonder if it's not actually his ship we're getting something from.
I mean, he's a pirate. He lies, right? Isn't that like pirate shit 101? Tabitha,
Technically
correct me?
pirates, young man. Say to honor underwater, because I can do
Pretty
that.
much.
Technically, I'm a terrorist. I'm an associated terrorist.
Wait, I was a terrorist?
You're an activist,
I was an active terrorist?
an anarchist.
I was an anarchist. Kinda. Whatever.
Don't worry. I don't judge. I mean, after all, I've done my fair share of horrible deeds.
Name yourself Connor. That's
Anywho.
mean.
Hurtful, man. That is hurtful. You're making fun of a man's name. That's just hurtful.
The gun
That's
deck
just great.
and the whole the storage deck are one and the same. However, there is it looks almost exactly like this setup, where there does seem to be a storage towards the front and towards the back. And the back is usually captain's quarters.
I'll check the back towards the captain's quarters.
Okay, perception investigation.
Let's see if I can find the thing that he says is there.
Okay, so you're specifically looking in the floorboards.
I mean, that too. Dirty 20.
Okay. You do find that there is a section of damaged floor that you look around and don't necessarily find the contraption to open it, if there ever was one, but you do find a sealed package. It seems to be wrapped in... There does seem to be some sort of like waxed parchment wrapped package that is then sort of in a bag, and it's sort of like drifting out of the bag a little bit. So it seemed like the water seal seemed to be the wax parchment packaging, but then it was inside of some sort of satchel.
Okay, I'll put it back in the satchel and then bring it with.
Okay.
Any other goodies in the captain's quarters?
What did you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. There seems to be a globe. If that interests you. There doesn't seem to be any sort of weaponry or, necessarily useful items. Mostly what was kept in here was, clothes. There was a small bed, some parchment and maps and books that are all probably no longer useful.
Okay. Grab the satchel, grab the globe, and take it with us.
Okay. Joshua, what are you doing?
I almost dropped my phone, but I would like to investigate the gunpowder place.
The gun deck?
Gun deck. Exactly.
Careful, man. That might get you being illegal. Never mind. Just a second.
20.
Okay. There
Like to
are
search for-
there are 10 cannons that are still in operation. There are 3 powder kegs, which are the same sort of packages of gunpowder.
Are they small or same size?
Same size.
So 12 gunpowder kegs total.
Yeah, you're just adding these onto addition to the. There is 110 feet of fuse rope, which can also just be added on to the 140.
Sorry, how much more? How much fuse?
110 feet of fuse rope added to the 140. That should be 250.
250.
Okay. And then there's 3 additional sparkers.
So 12 sparkers.
What the heck does a sparker even look like?
Oh, well, it's kind of like a little piece of twine that's kind of coated in oil.
Oh, I was thinking more of like
Oh, you're thinking of like an actual primer, like the hammer hitting the deal that.
No. I'm thinking of like the actual like the chargers that you usually stuff into the cannon to make it actually explode.
Oh,
Oh,
you
the
mean
pack.
like?
Yeah, the pack.
Why didn't you
Nah.
call it a pack?
Because I was thinking of something else at first. Because I was like, it's like a sparker fuse thing that's like a flare, but I was like, that's not what it is at all.
Want me to leave it as charges or what?
Charges is fine.
Okay, I'll take it up. Any other items?
There is 1 flintlock. Let me find
Take
out what
the
it is.
flintlock.
Can I have the gun?
No, it's my gun.
The flintlock was a rifle and is now a pistol because of how damaged it is.
Taking the flintlock either way.
There are many more ships to search through. I mean, there are damaged flintlocks down here if you want to gather up those.
Very much would like to.
Okay.
How many flintlocks do I get?
Go ahead and add this to your inventory, Joshua. 40 pounds of flintlock gun parts.
I don't have it's like the whole or I
This
can just,
this
like,
is like shafts and like triggers and rifle barrels and the catch thing that you said earlier.
the 40 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Are any of you guys proficient in firearms?
It will be.
I'll develop. I can develop it.
We gotta be pirates.
None of you get any of my flintlocks unless you ask.
Jeez.
I can learn. I'm a very quick study, whether you believe it or not. Okay, I'll look at Jack and be like, "So, Jack, what did you used to do before you joined this kind of outfit?"
Yeah.
Jackie.
Kind of helped people out in my neighborhood by procuring things for people that were in need.
Oh, you're like Robin Hood. You rob the rich, engage the needy type deal.
A little bit like that.
I actually knew a guy who was kind of like that. He was a pretty decent guy.
Till he died to
Well, I
the
think
crack.
I'm a decent guy.
Oh no, he just fell off a cliff.
Is his name Cliff?
Yeah, his name was Cliff, and he died from falling off a cliff. Isn't that kind of crazy?
Really,
He
I
fell
know
off of this
several.
big red dog.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, you have a big red dog? Must be
Oh.
fun.
head back up to the ship with
And he
all my
died with a
stuff.
protein bar in his hand.
It's about midday at this point.
I'm going to go back up to the ship and take a nap.
Can I
Okay.
start working on some of the flint locks to see if I can make a gun?
I'm going to make a big gun.
A big gun.
Little guns.
Consider their asses terminated.
Oh, jeez.
Stop.
What? Who doesn't love the Expendables? You know, no.
If you
flash-
made a flintlock minigun, it'd be able to go for like 0.5 seconds before you'd have to refuel them all and pull back all the hammers.
I was thinking of having really tiny well, not tiny flintlocks. I was basically thinking, you know how usual flintlocks are used. I was thinking of having one big flintlock,
like a
pulled back.
blunderbuster.
kind of like a blunderbuster, but with multiple barrels from multiple flintlocks.
Oh,
So
kind of
we
like a
could-
China Lake.
Kinda.
Or you're talking about like the MP-48 grenade launcher. You know, 6 chambers.
Whatever.
We
But
have half an hour of game time left. Is this
Oh,
how we
shit.
want to spend the time?
Nah, I want to try.
Alright.
I want to try making myself a flintlock like revolving shotgun.
Would you like to go back to town and try to salvage some of your goods and craft stuff, or do you want to keep going?
I think
But
we
we
should
go
probably hit up the Gorgon, see if we can find that big pearl.
Yeah, get the pearl.
yeah, the
we get the
Gorgon.
money. Then we can bring in like all
Would
the
be
other
a
stuff.
bad idea.
We're going to the Gorgon. I'm going to shake that pearl like a sandcastle.
What?
What
I'm
the
going
fuck
to
does that
shake
even
that-
mean?
What does that mean?
I would say to not only.
We're going to the Gorgon, to say the least.
Hey, I would say that you should search the captain's quarters and probably any VIP quarters that are nearby. I would say would be your priority once you get down there. Or if it was used to somehow steer the ship,
No,
you might want
no.
to check the.
Snow globe. To shake that pearl like a snow globe.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I think he's having a stroke.
I thought we were going to retrieve an actual pearl jewel.
Yeah,
Was-
See?
We told not to shake it or something.
no.
Oh. It's disappointing. Wait, can anybody cast lightning?
I can't.
Does
Wish I
it cast
could.
lightning in water? That doesn't sound very smart.
Not
We're
really.
gonna be on the boat. Whatever, let's just go to the Gorgon and figure it out later.
Let's go.
Time.
Okay. I actually kind of want to just like grab the boat, like get you all closer. Just because I think this is close enough that the people that maybe necessarily can't swim are capable of interacting with this adventure.
Yeah. Connor feels left out. Look at him. He's all alone.
Let's see.
Again.
For
Yeah, because
Connor.
the boat's like the boat's big enough that you could be like fairly close by.
Wait, do we get to keep the boat we're on right now?
It is Talia's boat.
That's our captain's boat.
So we're stealing it from Talia and voting in.
No, she has hired you all.
No, no.
Can
Ooh,
Captain
I
She's
get a
on the
job?
boat right now with us.
Yeah.
I get a job? This is like the best day ever. First, I'm no longer alone. And now I'm like.
unpaid
I got a
intern.
job. That sounds grossly useless and also kind of sounds like extortion.
That's exactly what it is, from my experience.
And why would I want that job if that's not even a job where
Blood
I get
in.
paid?
It's a wonderful job. You
But
get
it's not a job, I'm not getting paid.
one copper coin every 3 to 5 decades.
That kind of sounds
What?
like, honestly, that sounds a crappy deal. I'd rather be alone in my cave with my thoughts and myself than have a job that's about as useless as that.
You
Which
get to
I
buy
have.
everybody drinks with your 1 copper coin every couple decades.
All right. What are you
If I
guys
could
doing?
meet-
How are
meet
you
my friend
approaching
Cole.
this situation?
Can I do like an investigate check to see like if there's anything else that's going on?
Like I said, we should probably.
Just get the pearl and go.
Yeah, let's get the pearl and get the hell out of Dodge. I got a bad feeling about this.
Also, like to search for treasure chests. Everybody's doing that.
All right. Who is doing what? This is close enough to the surface that you guys can tackle this however you want.
Is it like enough of it out of the water where Connor can be like?
No. It's still under the water quite a ways, but
So like basically the moment Connor goes in, he has to almost turn immediately out. Pretty much
How's
right,
that?
or-
it's still underwater. But your boat is, it's about, I think only 100 feet down to like the top of it. So you could get down there pretty quick.
All right, Connor's gonna jump down. All right, like swim for the very top, just so he can like get a better idea of what's going on. In the
All right.
water.
Make a perception check.
Give me a sec. $18.
Okay. You can see that this ship was split in half. And it seems like there's been multiple attacks to the hull. Some actual, like, looks like something is rammed into it and, like, pierced through it at locations. This thing took quite the beating.
Does it look like something an animal will do, or just another ship?
I mean, you knew that this was attacked by a sea monster.
Okay, does an 18 kind of get me to know like there's any other big monsters like that around here? Like maybe I know that monster's dead, but I mean like other monsters.
Make a survival check.
Alright, survival. Plus 23.
Okay. It's hard to say necessarily because you don't really know any sea monsters or what this creature was or whatnot. But it seems like at least at some point, you can tell the difference between like scratching claw marks, if like a tree was felled, you'd be able to tell the difference between like an axe doing it or like a beast pushing it over or like actual claw marks doing it. You can tell that this thing was attacked by multiple appendages. Whether or not it was multiple creatures, you are not sure.
Alright. So with that, Connor's gonna return back onto the ship and tell his singular compatriots of what he just saw and what he thinks is going on down there.
Gonna fight a sea monster, Joshua says to himself.
Yeah, fire elemental and a sea monster in the sea.
Breathe underwater, kinda. Gonna die if I jump in. Okay,
You
it
don't know
depends
that.
on if the sea monster is still there when I jump into the water. go search for that pearl before the game ends.
Yeah, let's go pearl
Yeah,
hopping.
All right.
That's what we're doing.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
Checking the
Like,
captain's quarters.
What you see is what you see. This thing is big enough that I want you guys to actually tell me what you want to do and where you want to go.
All right, I'm going to go.
You can see that there's multiple break-in points on the underside of the hole. There's also the massive tear right through the half of it.
I'm going to go through the left. I'm going to go into the left half of the ship.
I would
through
say the
tear.
3 points of interest would be
Look for
I
treasure.
think you need to go to the captain's quarters, the VIP quarters, and the bridge.
Right, I'll
Okay,
go
so
to
that
the
sort of
bridge.
seems to be like the main, this guy here, basically.
And then while he's searching that one, I'll search the other side.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Roll perception or investigation checks.
Yay! I'm rolling investigation because I'm looking for something specific in the bridge.
And the only thing you're looking for is the...
I'm looking for a treasure chest.
Ah,
Hopefully contains a pearl.
And let
What a
there be
twist.
pearls.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh yeah, adversity tokens allow me to do cool shit.
indeed.
Wait, did I get an adversity token?
Not yet.
Okay.
Nothing as bad as
Can I
that.
re-roll my 2? I can search for something awesome like a treasure chest. With an adversity token.
So, you want to spend an adversity token? What did you roll?
Rolling now. Rolled a 6.
Okay. That would bump it up a little bit. Are you sure you want to? Do you have any DM inspiration to reroll?
Nope.
Okay.
I rolled a 10, so I would like to use an not inspiration die, but the adversity token.
Wait. So which one are you using?
Both.
Oh, okay. Well, reroll first using the inspiration. Because if you get a natural 20, you won't need the insight token probably. Or adversity token, sorry.
17.
Okay. Do you still want to use the adversity token?
Yeah, sure.
To a 20.
Okay. There is an obvious, ominous presence as you approach this vessel. Something that makes you feel as though you're not alone. Almost as if there's something wrong with the ship. You got a 17? Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
17.
As you look
perception.
around the destroyed cabin, what you see is battle maps shredded and floating through the water. You see diagrams and shapes and schematics. You see ruined furniture and different ropes and nails that were attempting to, well, nail down the furniture in here. And it's kind of weird to see like the furniture sideways, sort of still in place, while everything that would have been on the table is kind of floating away. But you can see that there was one thing that is still strapped down to the table, and it looks like a diagram of this area. And as you look at it, you can see that there is, you know, the general geography of the landmass and the beach and the small trench that leads out here where they assume was the beast's home. And it goes off to a side of the map where it seems to have been ruined and destroyed, but all you have is about 2/3 of a map. And it seems weird that the section of map that's still on the table doesn't have the current location where the fight seemed to have took place. The part of the map that was destroyed seemed to have, you can still see sort of marks of where ships were marked on the map, and, you know, lines dictating where they moved to, and then X's when they got sunk and whatnot. And this would be a very accurate map of the location if not for the fact that the last third dictated most of the map of where this actual battle took place. So there's an open third of the map that you can still see that seems open, that doesn't seem relevant to what was happening. And maybe this was just a large-scale map, but there aren't any details written in a certain corner of the map. As if something maybe was there that now isn't, or maybe there is something there but just can't be seen, maybe invisible ink or something. It's very strange. As you are investigating the situation, Joshua, as you are investigating the other half of the room, what you can see is some furniture nailed down. You do see that there are racks on the wall that once held armaments that are now mostly ripped off the wall as people rush towards arms. And all these weapons are now gone. Also, you see a strange apparatus. There are some chests and lock boxes kind of strewn about, floating through the water, which leads you to assume that they're empty or holding very buoyant containers, probably still trapping the air inside. But what draws your attention most is an apparatus that make a check for this, and I want to leave it up to you what sort of check you want to do. Maybe history, investigation, arcana, whatever you want to do. I'll let you choose.
Right, I'm gonna do an arcana because that seems the most unusual out of the options.
Okay.
Rolled an 18.
Okay. You have spent some time with an artificer. This seems like a very experimental weapon. Its design seems fairly straightforward. You know, it looks like a relatively simple magic item, but larger, scaled upwards. This looks like an arcane cannon, but there seems to be a little something more. There seems to be something extra that you just can't quite figure out. Like, there's the barrel, there's like the charges, there's the enchantment on it. It seems fairly straightforward, and yet there's some extra details here. And it appears as though this weapon, whatever it was, exploded. It ballooned outwards, or umbrellaed, basically. It seemed to have ruptured, and so whatever its original shape was is hard to discern, and its base is nowhere to be found. But you find this embedded into the floor, which I guess would be a wall at this point, since it's sideways.
I'm
But
going
that is
to
what you find. In this
dig
room.
the arcane cannon out of the floor wall thing.
Okay, make a strength check.
Alright, strength. Come on, give me something good.
You're just pulling on it, right? You're not doing anything else.
I'm just pulling on it. Anyway, I got a 24.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah. You pull on this thing and it pops free. It does crunch, and uncomfortably you hear a lot of other wood shift and groan. And you're afraid that you're just going to punch your feet through, but it eventually cracks and pulls free.
I'll have an arcane cannon.
Connor ain't getting nothing cool.
You have a nearly destroyed arcane cannon.
Nearly destroyed arcane cannon. I'm going to go up to the surface and fiddle with this arcane cannon for a second, for a bit actually.
Ooh,
What
can
is
I
your
help?
passive perception?
Passive.
Yes.
Where do I find?
It should just be on the top
It's at
left.
the very bottom of like your ability saves and senses. Like my passive perception is 15.
I straight up not give myself a passive perception. I think I might have not done that. Hold on. Yada yada.
Alright, your passive perception is 0. You
It
don't
does
see
it automatic, but
Never mind. You don't
Hold
see
on.
it, that's fine. You make your way up to the ship.
whatever your perception is plus 10.
Yeah, your perception skill. What's the modifier in your perception skill?
Just need to organize this better. Perception modifier. Oh, I have a passive score of 10.
Okay. Very good. Continue.
That's
You
passive perception 15.
you pull the destroyed cannon. Once you start to get up out of the water, it becomes a definite problem, and you're gonna need assistance. But yeah, people can like help you out.
Oh yeah, I can help out. Ooh, actually, I can really help the repairs too.
Alright, fine. You can help me repair the arcane cannon.
Okay, I would like. All right. Yeah, make sure.
Holgear, what's your passive perception?
13.
My pass.
Okay. Continue.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm understanding this right. I would like to use diagnose.
Diagnose is like identify, but identify works on items. Diagnose works on living creatures.
Oh, okay.
We had this
Yeah,
conversation.
Oh yeah, sorry, I had a brain fart. Sorry, man.
Diagnose
yeah.
works on plants and animals. Identify works on objects and structures.
Okay, but anyways, I'd like to use my jack of all trades to try and help him fix the cannon.
Okay, you are completely unable and unprepared to repair something on the middle of the ocean on a boat.
Okay, sorry, I'm just sorry.
You will need materials and tools and possibly set up like a forge or somewhere, you know.
All right.
Yeah, this thing is quite damaged. It's not
Okay,
just something
sorry,
you can
I'm
like
just excited.
bend back into place. Yeah.
Sorry, I just got
If you
excited.
imagine like a cannon exploded because it was packed wrong.
Oh yeah, now
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
no,
yeah.
those
Yeah,
cartoony
yeah,
ones.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just ask another question. Could Connor do a history check to see if he recalls ever meeting someone who could help him fix it?
Sure. Like
History
like a
check?
place or materials or like what you thinking?
Like a forge, or a guild of people. Who
Okay, a
specialize-
location. All right.
Yeah, like
I
a
wasn't sure if you were
location,
like referring to materials or a location.
Oh no, like a
Location.
location of people who could help him build it. That
Sure.
way, later down the line, our DC of fixing it is
Yeah.
low.
Go ahead and roll a history check.
All right, with advantage.
No.
That was worth a shot. Nat 20 plus 2, 22.
Okay.
Hell yeah!
You do know one person in town that would be able to tackle something like this. There's only one person that could handle this.
And his name is...
Duncan.
Yes. Duncan the Fix-It.
His last name is Dugan.
8 Duncan Dugan.
Yep.
Duncan Dugan the Fix-It. I don't know, I'm sorry.
Sure, it's not donut.
In the
Oh, no. That's his nickname. That's his middle name.
That's his brother. No, that's his brother. He doesn't like... His brother doesn't like it.
No, his full name is Duncan Donut Dugan. Slippery Jack, take an adversity token.
Okay.
Okay. Holgear, what are you doing? You've got like a few more breaths of air than Joshua does. So. You're down here a little.
I imagine there was nothing else in there. But if possible, I would like to roll up that map and send it up with Joshua when he goes for air.
His hands are full with this cannon, unfortunately. But on his
Gotcha.
next trip, he could grab it, I suppose.
Okay. I'll take it up.
Make a sleight of hand
upper.
check. Because you're trying to be careful with this thing.
Not bad. 17.
Alright, yeah, you get it. Go ahead and add to your inventory 2/3 of the King's Grotto map.
How do you spell grotto?
Grotto.
Grotto?
Yep.
GR.
OTTO. I put it in the notes section. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, Sparrow, this is over, you can look through it and fix whatever mistakes I got.
What?
I was when this is over, just you can look at it and let me know if I made any mistakes.
You're mumbling. I can't make out what you're saying.
Oh, I said when this is over, you're free to do a quick look through and let me know if I made any mistakes on the numbers.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I think I got the numbers right, but you're the DM.
King's
so...
Grotto map. Don't forget it's a map.
Oh, map. I forgot that. So I told my new friend, Singular Entity Associates, about Duncan.
Okay.
Be like, yeah, Duncan can totally help us fix this. I think he owes me a favor.
Roll me 1d20.
1d20?
Let's see if Duncan owes you a favor.
1d20, correct? Do I
Yes.
add anything or no?
No.
Okay.
It's just straight up chance.
17.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're on good terms with Duncan. He's probably one of the few people in town that you would consider friends with.
And probably one of the few that would tolerate my
Sure.
weirdness.
Yeah. And that's because he's a little outgoing himself.
Yeah, I feel like those two
He's
are
an
gonna be
eccentric
like,
fellow. He likes the finer
Who like-
things.
well, it's a good thing Connor's pretty eccentric too.
Indeed. Okay. So, you're probably going up for air, while Holger's probably going up for air while Joshua's coming back down. Deposits the. What are you going for next, Joshua?
I'm going to go farthest point of the ship through the big dividing half.
You're not going to check any of those chests?
Yeah, I'll check the chests.
Okay. There's like a decent sized chest, there's a small chest, and then there's like some smaller crates. And the crates were sort of strapped down with a net. And Holger probably follows up shortly after you, so he can like assist you with something. But if you want to tackle one or two things first, what would you go for?
Chests.
I mean, if you just want to like take the chest back up and just put them on the boat, you can do that as well. I wasn't sure if you wanted to open them and check them down here.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing them all up.
Okay.
This
yeah.
is treasure. It's treasure time.
Treasure time, motherfuckers.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and add, just to the inventory, six crates, one large chest, two medium chests. And these can be picked
6 crates.
and opened.
Are those chests locked?
The chests
Two
are locked. The crates are sealed.
Chests. 1 chest.
I assumed Connor was writing it down. Connor's
did
our
I get that
note-taker for
right?
the session.
6 crates, 2 medium chests, and 1 big chest.
Yep.
Let's put them all down as 1 item.
I guess it's time to try to open those chests.
All right. Which one are you going for first?
Big
I think Sylvester should slide of hand and try to unlock it.
Well, we'll have to wait for Sunday for Sylvester.
I want to do the 2 small ones first. Jack is going to try one of the smaller ones first.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
Coming at you.
Yep.
Oh, please roll off of that. Oh, that's a 12 altogether.
Okay. You start working on this lock, and you start to realize that it's gonna be pretty tricky because it's kind of waterlogged. It's not quite rusted yet, but you seem like you might have a decent amount of chance breaking it off as you would trying to pick it.
Okay, well, I'll leave that for somebody that's stronger, and I'll go ahead and try to pick the other little one.
All right, go for it.
Because I'm not very good at breaking things. Oh, these dice keep rolling over and doing me so dirty. That was a 13.
Okay. This one is not quite as waterlogged or damaged, but you get the sense that something has jostled it. It looks a little dented, so it's not quite giving it while you're going to. So if you want to go for it again, you absolutely can, now that you know that maybe there's a little something tricky going on here.
Alright, I'll try that one again.
Alrighty.
Oh, these dice suck. Back to the 12.
Ah, not quite.
Alright, I'm gonna set that one up. I'm gonna set that one aside and try the big one as my last shot here.
Okay. This lock looks nice. It looks fine.
Well, fuck you, I rolled a 2. How's
Okay.
that? For a 10. I am horrible tonight.
You
I
get
just give up.
you get one of your lock
I
picking
give
tools
up.
stuck in the middle of it, and you have to like pull it out. You gotta wrench it out.
Oh, jeez. Somebody want to break these things open. I can't. I don't know. Maybe it's being on the water. I'm not
punched
used to
the
picking
Yeah,
up while I'm bobbing
the
around.
boat's sloshing around too much. You can't focus. You need to be on solid ground to do this stuff.
Oh wait, can I intimidate the lock into opening? Intimidation stats.
You absolutely may. You can also charm the chest if you want to.
Intimidating this dude.
Okay. Gotta roll high.
May I
Got
just
a
see if the lock into
17.
thinking it's already been opened?
Say what?
17.
Oh, you want to check and see if the locks have already been picked? Yeah, roll an investigation check. You.
Oh no, I
You-
was making a joke.
Oh,
Cracking a joke. I rolled a 17.
okay. The chest is unfazed. You didn't roll high enough.
Right, I punched the chest open.
Come
Okay.
on, guys.
Make an unarmed strike. Are you punching the lock or the chest?
Punching the lock.
Okay.
To
And
break it.
which chest is this?
Big one.
Okay. The one that actually looks pickable.
You could pick
Nice.
up one of those swords over there and deal with that.
Alright. How to make an unarmed strike, because I don't know.
Okay, it's just a strength check.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
Actually, it's
Well,
like
you know, you
those-
could pick
those
up one of
arms.
those swords laying over there.
No, he wants to punch it.
We
And
got
we'll
weapons
try the
available. We have
swords,
weapons
okay?
available to do this.
No. He sheaves his dagger and he moves aside the swords and the guns and the harpoons and he uses his fist.
Yeah, you
I was
got
like,
it.
Dirty
I see
22.
someone-
What was your attack
A
roll?
dirty
Dirty 20.
22.
He punches right into the lock and his fist fits right into the keyhole and no. It okay.
I was kind of
You-
wishing you were Harry.
You punch the lock straight on. Nothing happens.
Alright, fine, we'll use the scimitar.
Not my scimitar.
You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
No! Could have
You're
died.
just punching metal with your bare hand.
Underwater.
No, they're on the boat.
Oh.
2, 3. Oh my god, I'm at 9 hearts. How could you do this to me?
9 hearts. I've never
they're on
heard
the ship?
someone refer to HP as hearts.
Can Connor try
That gives
helping?
me an adversity token.
Can Connor try helping?
What are you doing to help?
I want to try doing a sleight of hand, seeing if I could pick it.
All right. Do you have any tools, or are you just?
I don't have any tools. I have a dagger.
Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, you're just using a dagger, sleight of hand. And this is the big chest.
15.
Which chest are you doing this on?
The one that they tried punching.
Okay.
Big
you
one.
stick your dagger in there, and Jack, as you're watching this, you were pretty confident that you'd be able to pick this lock if only you had gotten onto dry ground. As he's rooting around in there, you hear something break, and you realize there's no way you're going to be able to pick that lock anymore.
Connor's like, I didn't do it.
Okay. You better finish
Hey,
the
wait a
job
minute.
now.
Wait. I got a question. Sorry. Is the chest made of wood?
Yes.
I could-
Yeah.
Could have
Is
been
there an
burning
axe?
it this whole time.
Wait, guys, get
Don't.
an axe. Get an
No
axe. We can try cutting it
fire.
off. We can try breaking it with an axe.
Don't have an axe.
Can I use my dagger to stab to try and? Oh wait, I have a long sword actually. Can I try using this cut?
Why can't we just use the
As you
scimitar?
are all gathered around this chest, trying various ways to break and pry and pick open it, suddenly you all look up together at once as
What the
the
hell?
boat slowly sloshes due to a very uncomfortable wave. And as you look around, you see that there are ripples surrounding your vessel as something has just bumped into your boat.
Time
That's
to
where we're
get the hell
going
out
to
of
end tonight's
Dodge.
session.
Okay, yeah, let's get out of here, guys.